Alright guys, so let's go ahead and log into Microsoft 365 and try to connect to the remaining topics. So I'll just grab this username and I had opened incognito mode, so I'll just open that again. Orbital.office.com. Okay, so I'll just grab excuse me. Alright, so we're logged in and we're just going to so I'm just going to go to the admin center here, and so we talked about SharePoint and OneDrive. Well, OneDrive last time we finished that and we covered the features of SharePoint, but as I was mentioning at the start of the course as well, that we're going to also try to go through Teams as well, because that's the latest collaboration tool for the company, and it is used in combination with SharePoint as well as OneDrive. And so Teams, SharePoint, OneDrive, that's the combination normally being used in nowadays pretty much in every environment. So once we go to the admin center here, I'm just going to click that show all here, and if we go further down, so now we're going for Teams, right? So I'm going to click the Teams here, and once we click the Teams admin center, so we're so and there you go, Teams doesn't open. I mean, like to open the web app, you need to change browser settings to allow third-party cookies. Okay, how come Teams is a third party? It is owned by Microsoft. So guys, anyone able to open the Teams in incognito mode or in normal mode? If you're able to open Teams normal, okay, normal mode. So nobody's in the incognito mode anyway, right? Okay, incognito, no. Okay, hold on, cool, thank you. Alright, so third-party cookies it needs while it's yes, I am, Keith says. So you're in incognito and it's opening for you. Does that means that? So okay, right. So I'm gonna go to then the Firefox and try that, because my normal mode is actually, I'm connected with the actual environment of George Brown, so that would not let me. Oh, there is I have the other browser, but hey, what was the icon for? Firefox. That's Cloudberry series. Strong. I'm supposed to see Firefox in front of me, right? Oh, there you go. So okay. So I'll go here and portal.office.com. I think I tried before here in Firefox. Well, it's supposed to be normal mode for Firefox here, and this is 14 Jan 2021 was okay. So yeah, so I log in from that in Firefox. I'll just go to Admin Center here, and show all, go down, Teams, asks for authentication again, and loading, not loading, loading, oh yeah, loading. Okay, so excuse me, skip tour, and so Team Admin Center is there just like SharePoint Admin Center and OneDrive Admin Center. Now when you maybe you're doing a job somewhere, maybe you've done a job in a company where Teams is being used, was being used, or when you go for looking for job, and when you join that company, so you would definitely see Teams there, that it's going to be used extensively nowadays, and since the pandemic started. So many more companies went for excuse me, Microsoft 365 solutions, and well, Microsoft did start investing a huge amount on Teams. So that's why it's the number one collaboration tool when we talk about SharePoint, OneDrive. OneDrive is just storage, but SharePoint, yeah, you can collaborate with your whatever projects you're working on, and as a full team, or as an employee of the company, or sharing your project details. So when you're trying to share your project details, obviously you need to do meetings and conferences and presentations. So that's where Teams has to be totally integrated with SharePoint when we're talking about collaboration. So we're on the dashboard of Microsoft Teams Admin Center here, and it says here organization information, GB, and the date when it was created. If we go further down here, so there's a Teams user activity last 7 days, if there was a user activity there. Well, there's none. So other than that, analysis on the first page and the documentation center, well, lots of release notes there for Teams. So I'm going to go to the Teams here. Let's go to this and click it. So when you just expand that Teams on the left side, you can see Manage Teams and Team Templates. So Manage Teams is obviously how many teams you have, and Team Templates, what kind of team you want to create. We have already created a team, and when we were creating the SharePoint site, there was communication site that you could create in SharePoint, and there's a team site that you can create. So that's the same with Teams as well. When you create a team here, you get a SharePoint site with that team, and you get a security group. You get a group created there for Teams as well. So multiple things happen when you click. I'm just going to click the Manage Teams here, and let's click the Manage Teams. And the teams and channels are collections of people, content, and tools used for projects or outcomes within your organization. So you can manage all the teams and channels, create new ones, and manage the existing ones. So go to the admin center, groups to manage Microsoft 365 groups. There's a learn more written here, but before that, this would be screenshot number 1 here. Excuse me, where you're showing this team admin center plus you have clicked manage teams and you're on the manage teams page. Maybe you see here total users 5 or 10 maybe, or 6, or whatever the number of users you see here, it's okay. And so screenshot number 1, teams admin center. Screenshot number 1, teams admin center. A reason why there are more options under teams. Under more options, oh, you see more options there, like more than what I see. Guys, do you see only 2 options here, or do you also see more than what I see? That would be strange. If you see, so manage teams I see here, team templates I see here, but so Dylan, what do you see? You can just share the screenshot. Otherwise, we can carry on with it. First of all, take a screenshot here of manage teams page, and the screenshot number 1 name is Teams Admin Center. So I'll go ahead and take a screenshot. Screenshot 1, Teams Admin Center. Screenshot 1, Teams Admin Center. Oh, okay. I need to type here. Okay, so there's a picture shared there by Dylan, and okay, so teams policies, update policies, team templates, policies. That's what Dylan shows on WhatsApp. I think that's here, teams apps. Hey, how come you have you were on Teams, right? And I see 2, you see 5 options. So guys, do you all see 5 options like Dylan? Or so let me just drag that picture here. So when you go to Teams, are you seeing like this: manage teams, teams policies, update policies, team templates, templates policies? Or do you see this: manage teams, team templates? That's it. So lucky. Yeah, Dylan, I think you have friends in high places in Microsoft. So if Microsoft headquarters in a 12-story floor building, so you have friends on the 12th story there. That's the high place I was talking about. But I guess, hey, either your version is old and ours is newer, or yours is the newest and ours is the old. So everyone else is seeing 2 and you're seeing 5 options there. Hey, is there a Teams Classic here? No. No, there's no Teams Classic. But those options are actually still here, I can show you Teams policies, update policies, because those options are built into the policies there, but they're not exactly where. Oh, team settings. So it's in org white, voice, users. Well, we're gonna see those, but they're not showing under, so that's pretty weird. And it's Dylan is having friends in high places in Microsoft, so that's very good. So we should be requesting Dylan for a good job in Microsoft as well. So that would be great. Okay, so guys, that was a screenshot one for the Teams Admin Center. And then we go ahead. Now I'm just going to click Learn More here. And so it's overview of teams and channels in Microsoft Teams. And review the following information to understand chat, teams, channels, and apps in Teams. Okay, just a sec, guys. Okay, so we're talking about Teams. So it says here that review the following information to understand chat, teams, channels, and apps in Teams. Then go to chat, teams, channels, and apps in Teams to walk through a list of decisions important to your Teams rollout. So it's about Teams rollout when you're rolling out the Teams in your organization. So then you know you can just decide that what you want inside the team. But what is Teams composed of, and what's the big deal with the Teams deployment? So let's get started by thinking about how Microsoft Teams allows individual teams to self-organize and collaborate across business scenarios. So first of all, what does Teams do? It helps you do meetings and conferences and one-to-one calls, and you're connected with any device and you can call. There's a local telecom number that is given to you, that is provided to you suppose you started a Teams meeting or conference, and there's a guy who's outside, and he or she can only connect from the cell phone. So when you have Microsoft 365 subscription, you are given with that subscription a local number for that region. So anyone who wants to call from outside from the cell phone to your Teams meeting can also call in and join with audio, if not video, right? So that's what the Teams do. It's just one of the best tools of collaboration that you can. When you are doing a project on SharePoint and you want to talk about this, some of the items of the project every day, maybe you want to have a meeting. So obviously SharePoint plus Teams is something that you can't live without in today's office environments, and especially everyone's working from home. So obviously this is the best tool. Teams is the best tool, and it's something, without Teams, nowadays we can't imagine our environments, office environments. So especially it's been more than a year since the pandemic started. So that's why it has become second nature of the business to have Teams started and have morning meetings and afternoon meetings. So we're always all the time on Teams. We can do one-on-one chat with each other as well. In my current job, so all the tickets that they raise, so there's at once, they just talk on Teams. Hey, can you just resolve this? Oh, I'm stuck with this, and it's instant communication. Just like on Messenger, on WhatsApp, we can do instant communication. So that's just a messenger as well. But it's pretty comprehensive when you have even thousands of people who are connecting and collaborating. So an excellent tool for today's corporate environment. So teams are a collection of people, content, and tools surrounding different projects and outcomes within an organization. Teams can be created to be private, to only invited users. Teams can also be created to be public and open, and anyone within the organization can join. Up to 10,000 members can join the teams. So a team is designed to bring together a group of people who work closely to get things done. And yes, literally, it is the perfect tool. Teams can be dynamic for project based work. For example, launching a product, creating a digital war room, as well as ongoing to reflect the internal structure of your organization. For example, departments and office locations. So you create a team, Toronto team, right? Or Toronto office teams. Or you can just create a team, sales teams, right? So we're going to be creating teams, so then you will realize that how is it all going on. And also we need to download the team software. I think everyone did, because at the start of the class we did create we did create one team site, and then I asked you to connect to the teams. So that team software we will need now. Okay, so as we were talking about this, conversations, files, and notes across team channels are only visible to members of the team. So we talked about teams. Okay, suppose there are 10 people, and we create a team of 10 users or 10 employees, right? So, but there are 5 people who are in a separate project. The other 5 people are on a separate project. So within the team, you can create a channel, and suppose you create a channel within the team called Project 1, and the 5 people connected to that project will be just added to Project 1 channel. And then you can create another channel called Project 2, where other 5 people who are connected to that particular project, that channel will be for those people. So what is channel? Channels are dedicated sections within a team to keep conversations organized by specific topics, projects, disciplines. So whatever works for your team. Files that you share in a channel on the Files tab are stored in SharePoint. To learn more how SharePoint Online and OneDrive for Business interact with Teams. So yes, they are interacting in the background. SharePoint and OneDrive are interacting with Teams. When you share a file, when you save a file in Teams, so in the background, either it is going to SharePoint or it's going to the OneDrive. Well, I'm talking about that. How about I keep showing? So there's a Microsoft Teams, and I'm expecting, since I'm opening that, so let's just make sure that everyone has it. So, well, everyone has it. That's what I would then ask. Okay. So I need to log in from Teams with my, root account with which I logged in from the Microsoft 365. So everyone has it. Would be instead of that, I will ask anyone who doesn't have Teams. So I would ask it that way, and I will just simply go for download Teams. So download Microsoft Teams desktop and mobile apps. So I'll just put that link. It's a very small app. I just download, click next, and done. So I'll put it here. Please download Teams, but I think everyone has it. So please download Teams if you do not have it. And these are not we do not have. Okay, so let's go ahead. Well, we were talking about Teams. Since I'm on the Teams page, download Teams for work on your desktop, get started meetings, tips and tricks, Microsoft Teams for education, and get the Teams mobile app. Yeah, that's it. So I'll just go back here. So it does collaborate with SharePoint and OneDrive in the background, but I'm just going to log in from my root account with which I just logged in from my SharePoint or from my Microsoft 365. So I'm just going to click that. And so just go ahead and log in from the same root account from Teams that with which you were logged in from Microsoft 365 console and admin centers. So if you're logged in, and yeah, so it should look like this. GB showing there, and general. So whenever a team is created, a general channel is always created. And there's a your first name company sales team created here. So if I expand that, so there's a general channel that is created here. Use tags to notify groups. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff here in the Teams that we can see. So if I just expand that whole Teams, so you can see if I just collapse this, so you got two teams here. One is GB Teams, second is, suppose maybe you don't have the second one, it's okay, it doesn't matter. Or if you have two and I have, or maybe you have three or four, I have just two, doesn't matter. So we have two teams here, and if we expand the GB and if we expand the other team, it just shows general as a channel there, and it shows general as a channel here, right? So when we're talking about channel, and if I click general under GB, so on the right side I can see posts, files, wiki, and plus, and then there's add more people, create more channels, open the FAQ. So that's just you can create channels there, private channels and public channels according to your topic, according to your project. So as I was giving an example, suppose there are 100 people. So 25 of them are working on project 1, and 25 of them are working on project 2, and the rest are working on project 3. So you would just you can create either a totally separate team for that. If you create a team, you will have a separate SharePoint site with it. You will have a separate email group for that team. If you create a channel, so then you will, within the team, so suppose there's a sales team here, and under the sales team there are 100 people, suppose, and as I said, 25 are working in project 1, other 25 working in project 2, but they are all belonging to sales department, right? So then you would just stick to the team called sales department, suppose, and under that you create a channel project 1, create a channel project 2, create another channel project 3. Suppose there were 3 projects. So if you're related to some kind of department or branch, and the company says just create your own team for your department, and then further create channels on that. So it's just organization of how you want to departmental teams and the channels to be created in the Teams console here. Excuse me. So screenshot 2 would be the Teams app. Screenshot 2, you're logged in, and screenshot 2 name is Teams app or Teams desktop app. Screenshot 2, Teams desktop app. So I'll take a screenshot 2, Teams desktop app. Desktop app. Screenshot to Teams desktop app. Okay, let's go back. In fact, I'll go to this. So we were talking about teams first. Teams are a collection of people, content, and tools. While then we're talking about channels, are dedicated sections within a team to keep conversations organized by specific topics, projects, disciplines. So you're just further giving isolated sections within teams for different topics, projects, or disciplines. Whatever works for your team. Files that you share in a channel on the Files tab are stored in a SharePoint. So when they say files that you share in a channel on the Files tab are stored in a SharePoint, what does that mean? So if I alt tab and switch to the team desktop app, so there's a channel called General that is automatically created when you create a team. So if I click the General channel here and go to the right side, so there's a Files tab here. When I click the Files tab, now there is no file inside, but whatever you create here, whatever you upload here, then that's actually in the background being shared or being placed in a SharePoint site, right? So how about we create a team and then we'll do some experiments on that. Then we're going to do some labs on that. Wow. So while you're inside the team channel here, or team app, desktop app here, so let's go down to join or create a team, right? So let's click that join or create a team. So once we click the join or create a team here, so this comes create a team or join a team. And obviously if there's an existing team, you would just enter the code, you would just grab the code from there and simply enter it. But if you're creating a team, so you would come here. So let's click that create team, right? So let's click that create team. Once you click the create team, so you got from scratch, which is will help you create a basic team, or from a group or team. Like maybe you already have a team and you want to create a team out of that, or you already have a group, an email group already created there, and out of that group, for that group, you want to create a team. So suppose there's a group called sales, so sales group, right? And there are 100 members in that group. So when you create a team based on a group, so it will simply add all the members of that group in the team as well, automatically, right? So group-based team you want to create, yes, you can do that. And then team. Then there are templates here. So manage a project, coordinate your project. So there's a template for that. There's a manage an event, improve your event management and collaboration. So they're going to put some tools there that are good for event. They're going to put some channels there that are good for project and apps. Onboard employees. Suppose there are new employees coming in your companies and you're onboarding them. So you can use a template, and they have useful tools in this team for that purpose. And then adopt Office 365 General. They create a champion community to drive adoption, new features of Office 365, whatever comes there. Okay. Okay, so organize help desk. Suppose you want to create a help desk, suppose you want to create a team that is for help desk, because that's really important, right? Help desk team, because I see that every day. I mean, I tell the people, hey, can you please send me an email on the, that tickets. You can create a ticket or just send me an email. But no, they have to communicate with me on the Teams. Hey, can you just solve this? Can you just solve it? And I tell them, can you create an email for that? Oh yes, I will do. But can you solve it? And it's like, seriously, they just want. So Teams is that kind of tool where people can communicate right away. And if you are available or the tech support is available, then you would just respond. At least the requester would know that there's somebody who's responding to you, or you've got the tech support's attention right away in Teams. Otherwise, you send an email, and although there is a SLA, service level agreement, that okay, minimum in 4 hours your problem should be resolved, but otherwise they are just waiting for your email. Suppose it's very urgent. So yeah, with Teams you can just communicate right away instead of waiting for the reply of the email if it's urgent matter that needs to be resolved right now. So organize help desk team that you can create here as well. And then there is incident response, and that incident response would be centralized resources and communications for an incident response. So that's also really cool. It says government here, so any kind of emergencies there, roadblocks there, any type. So they would put some apps there already, or suggest those apps that, hey, those are the apps that you would go for this kind of team. So template would have those kind of apps already. Otherwise, there's a very long list of apps that you can add yourself, and obviously purchase a license for that. But you would have to search. But these templates are really helpful in deciding that what kind of team you're creating here. Global crisis or event. Okay, so that's also financial services. Create a place for your team to coordinate on a major crisis. Organize a store, so that's a retail. So you can even create a team for retail purpose as well, and those apps that help you sell something. So then bank branch, financial services, and patient care. So for hospital, there's a team as well. Hospital healthcare, facilitate collaboration with the hospital, and quality and safety. Manufacturing industry can also have teams with their own suggested apps. Retail for managers. So there's a lot of templates here, and that's a very good thing. So we're going to start from scratch here, but yes, later we will create teams for templates as well. Oh, okay. I've been seeing messages here, but I think it's too long. Old messages. Well, anyway, let's click the from scratch here. Let's click the from scratch here. Once we click that, so it says that you want to create a private team or a public team. Anyone in your org can join. Org-wide, everyone in your organization automatically joins here. So you're automatically part of a org-wide team. So obviously this is for the company-wide, every employee must join kind of team you want to have. We have a team in our company that is, the company name, all employees, and we are all part of it. So they just put the announcements there, and we all get it in the Teams, the new announcement, whatever the announcement is, right? So, but there's public, and that is anyone in your org can join, but not automatically joined, right? And then there's private, that people need permission to join. So let's go for the public. Let's click the public here. And in the public, we can just go for, suppose there's a sales department there. Actually, we did create a Honor company sales team. In the background, I can actually see here that we did create that. So we can go for marketing. So marketing DEPT, right? So marketing DEPT team. Well, okay. Normally they don't put team there because obviously we are in teams. But anyway, just for keeping in mind, okay, we're talking about teams right now. So marketing department team, and what happens when you create a team? A SharePoint team site gets created, and an email group gets created. So we keep that in mind, right? Okay, So marketing team, and yeah, whatever description you want to give. Well, I'll just copy the whole thing here. Oh, sorry, your name. How could we miss that? So your first name. Marketing team department, marketing department team, sorry, dash your first name, and just copy paste the whole thing in description as well. Okay, so this public, yeah, it's public. Okay, so so we're creating a public team, and just put the name and then click create and 8. Just click create. Okay, so creating the team, and well, then in the background the SharePoint site should be created for that. Okay, it says here add members to marketing department team dash your first name. So start typing a name, distribution list, or security group to add to your team. You can also add people outside your organizations as guests by typing their email addresses. Okay, so first of all, guys, we did create your first name 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, right? So I could go for my first name. Yes, I can see all those. My first name 01, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I'm gonna go for my first name and this. Then again, just type your first name there. Your first name 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2. Also, since it says you want to add outsiders, so you can add their email addresses, and they would be added as a guest, right? So given our policies for outside, still we can just put it, do a check on this. I'm gonna type. You can just go ahead and type your private email there, Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, whichever you have. So I'm gonna put my Gmail here, gmail.com. So obviously you should be getting an invitation there. So I'm just putting that, and actually, in the exchange, I think I'm added there as a contractor, so it does recognize me. It's a mail contact that it discovers there. Well, okay, I'm gonna try another email, which I'm sure is not a mail contact. At outlook.com. So I'm sure it's not a contact. So add this email as a guest. So I'm going to click that. Okay. So does it do that? Does it give an error? Do we have a default policy that blocks us from adding outsiders as guests? So we're going to check it out. But so inside 2 users you've added there, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and outsider 2 emails have been added. Actually, this is an outsider, but since I have a mail contact created there within the organization, so it would appear in the contact. So, but this is a purely outside email without even a mail contact added there. So I just added 2, but you can add just 1 as well, which is good. If you added 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and add, right? I'm going to click the add button, and that's how it looks like. It's actually okay. So if you ran into an issue, please try again later. Ouch. Okay, so the insiders actually have an issue, but outsiders don't. Why? Because of that situation. Oh, I refresh it. No, refresh doesn't work. So the users were detected, but I think we know the issue here, and but we're gonna just so that's how we can add the user. So screenshot 3, adding users to teams. Screenshot 3, adding users to teams. Screenshot 3, adding users to teams. So I'm going to take a screenshot of these users here. So it also shows that you can actually add outsiders by just adding their private emails. And screenshot 3, adding users to teams.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Please, I created the marketing department, but it disappeared. How can I show it to take the screenshot again?
This one disappeared for you?
Yes.
Okay, for only this one, you can take a screenshot of my screen. But next one, please don't click close. Okay, so take a screenshot of mine for just this one. I'll type here. Screenshot 3. Adding this to Teams. Okay, so I'm going to click close now. Okay, so well, we created a team, and it's called Marketing Department Team, your first name, and automatically you can see that the channel has been created. But we're going to be creating more channels there to check out what's going on, what's the features there, and how to use them. But first, did it create, and we may have checked it in one of the previous classes, did it create a SharePoint site for it? Did it create a email group for it? So what we can do is, with this specific name, obviously this name, we're going to go back to our SharePoint environment. So I'm going to go back to the incognito mode where my Microsoft 365 is logged in. I'm going to go to the SharePoint. And go to the active sites, right? Go to the admin center, go to the SharePoint, and go to admin sites, active sites. So if I see the active sites here, yeah, I see marketing department team, your first name. So obviously you should be seeing that too. Also, you can see on the right side it says team site. Obviously, because the team was created, or we already know that we could have created a site here, SharePoint site, which is called team site. So that team site would create a team there and a site here, right? So okay, a site is created here. I just want to check one more thing within the site here, and that is what template it uses for its first page. Obviously it's different from communication site, right? So if the team site is created here in the SharePoint, I'm going to click that, and now we've done that so many times, so you just go ahead and open the site, SharePoint site that got created because we created a team. So let's click this URL here as well, right? So let's click this URL here, and a team site just looks like this. Now, yeah, so what's the big deal? Now, the thing is that when we were saying that the documents that is shared in the channel files tab actually end up in SharePoint. So this is a SharePoint site for that particular team, right? And you can see on the left side there's conversations. So if I click the conversations, so it is just showing that page here. Whoa, what happened? Did I do something? Okay, so I'm just gonna click that. So conversation, when I clicked, it was going to the email group, right? When I click the conversation. But if I go down here to documents, so if I click the documents, so obviously it will take to the document repository. So there is a general folder created here in the SharePoint site which belongs to Teams. And we know that in Teams, there is a general channel there. If I go down to the team, and if I see there's a general channel here in the team. So minimize that. When we go to the site, so there's a general folder here as well. So that's that general folder. So suppose you want to upload a file in the general channel in the team. In the background, that file should land here in the SharePoint site for that team. And if I click inside the general channel now, right? If I click inside general channel now, so there's nothing. Now what we can do is we can go back to the teams. We can go to the channel, team channel. How about we upload some random file and check if it lands here, right? So that's we can do. That's what we can do here. So I'm going to go down to the teams here, the team desktop app. I'm already inside the general channel for the team that we created, and then we can just upload any file here. So there's a files written here for the channel called general, right? And it's opening. Okay, simple, right? So just upload some random file, and it's gonna show here. It's supposed to show here not only, and it's supposed to show there in the background in the SharePoint site as well, right? So let's click upload files and go for some random file there. So okay, that's documents. I'll go for downloads and go for the keep here, or whatever file, or actually some document file, user credentials, okay, whatever, right? So the file gets uploaded here, yes. Now any team member can come here and go to the files tab. It's like a repository there, and you can see, you can notice here on the right side there is all documents written here, and that's just to arrange the documents, edit current view, save view as, right? And there is just that document and all the options available there. So, but it says also this thing. This document that we added in team also says open in SharePoint, right? So that's supposed to take us where we were just now in the SharePoint, right? So if you have uploaded the file and you click the three dots here, and then you see this open in SharePoint. So we're about to click that open in SharePoint. We're expecting that we should land in that, SharePoint site that we created in the background, right? So I'm going to click, open SharePoint. I'm just clicking that, and since I'm saying that open the file in SharePoint, so that's why, in my case, guys, in your case, you're in the normal mode, so you would see that opening, but I'm in incognito mode because I'm uploading screenshots in OneNote in the normal mode in Chrome, right? So, well, the file was uploaded here. Maybe it's open on your side, which is okay, but let's just go to the SharePoint site separately now, right? Let's just go to the SharePoint site separately that we saw before. So I'm going to Alt-Tab switch to that site, and yes, I can see that the general tab, which was empty, now it has a file. So what you can know from here is the architecture, right? That if you have a Teams app here, right? So that's a Teams console here, or Teams, and then you have created your team, and that your team has a channel, right? So that is connected in the background. So you create a team, that team SharePoint site got created in SharePoint as well. SharePoint site. team. So, and under that SharePoint site, we have documents, and under that documents is the channel name. So that channel name is actually, what's the channel name? It's general. Okay, channel name is general, right? So how about I add it? Okay, I'll just put it here. Channel name is inverted commas general, right? And here the channel name is dash general. So that general channel created in the team is actually in the background connected to its SharePoint site. Is that the correct path? The site, the documents, general. So if I go back and check the site here, this is a site. I click the site first. Oh, okay. Home. I click the home. And then I go to documents. Yes, site, documents, general. When I click the general, so I see that file that I uploaded in Teams desktop app general channel files tab is actually showing up in the general folder in the SharePoint site in the background. So that's the repository in the background where it's really working. So Teams, yes, so general would be the folder, and inside the folder would be files. Now this general here would be having a files tab, right? So it's not actually a name, so it's a tab called files. And here we upload the file. So the architecture becomes a bit more clear now, that okay, whatever we upload here actually shows up. Is going to be so it's gonna show here as well, but it's going to be saved in the background in the SharePoint. So that's a crucial thing to understand, and that's for the general channel. That's for the channel that is public. So remember that there are three types of channels there: private channel, public channel, org-wide channel, right? So we got this one is a public channel. Now, how about I create another public channel, right? So remember this diagram, and let's go back to the desktop app here, the Teams app, and we can create another channel here, right? So how do we create another channel first of all? And we're going to be actually creating a public channel, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the Teams level here. I'm going to go to the three dots here, and there's a add channel. So let's create another channel for the marketing team, but they are maybe doing some other project in the marketing, and that project has few employees dedicated for that project. So they just want to have file sharing and conversation for that project. So they belong to that channel. So we're creating another channel because there's another project where some of the employees of marketing are involved. So they need to collaborate with each other for that particular project. So I'm going to click the add channel here, and we can go for project 1 dash your first name. Copy paste that and Control V here, right? And so project 1 dash your first name, and then there's a standard privacy level. It's talking about privacy level now, right? So it says standard, accessible to everyone on the team, or private, accessible only to a specific group of people within the team. So we're going to be later creating a private channel as well, but right now we're creating a standard channel, right? So standard channel layers automatically show this channel in everyone's channel list. If you want everyone in the team to see this channel, it's okay. Otherwise, when they log out, log in, they will see it anyway. It's there. It's just standard, accessible to everyone in the team, right? So you want them to know that this channel created right away, then you can do this. Otherwise, you don't have to. Still, they will know whenever they next time log into team, they will see this. Okay, so standard accessible to everyone on the team. So this is a channel we're creating now, standard channel, not the private channel, and click add. I'm going to click add now for the standard channel. Once we click the add button, so channel is creating, but is it creating something in the background? Well, we're going to know that now. Big general channel had a folder in SharePoint, in the documents folder there, right? So will this channel have its folder in the SharePoint as well? So since it is created just now, we can go back to the SharePoint site and confirm in the documents folder that is there another folder called Project 1 other than general folder, right? So I'm going to switch back to SharePoint here, and so this team site has documents. I'm just going to click the documents again here. Oh, I clicked it. Yeah. So yes, as soon as you create a channel, the folder, a standard channel, when you create, the folder gets created for it. So now any files for that channel will land here in this channel folder in SharePoint. So this should be clear at least now that you created more channels here, more folders in SharePoint gets created. So we went for marketing. We just went for Project 1, right? Project 1 dash your first name, and a corresponding folder got created in the documents in SharePoint. Okay, so that's the connection between the team site gets created. For each channel, there's a folder under the documents for that team site, right? So you create 20 teams here, 20 SharePoint sites get created there, and you create within one site 20 channels, so 20 folders under the documents get created for each channel, one folder, right? Now, if we go back here, back to Teams. So you got two standard teams there, and their corresponding channel in the background, one team, two standard channels, sorry, and okay, there are corresponding folders in the SharePoint side in the background, right? So what we can do is we can switch to the SharePoint site here, and a screenshot 4 is that channel folders inside team SharePoint channel folders inside Teams SharePoint site. Sorry, let me just write the whole thing. I'll quickly take a screenshot of this. It will take you over screenshot. So channel folder inside Teams SharePoint site. Okay, that's a full essay. Channel folder inside Teams SharePoint site. So screenshot 4, channel folder inside Teams SharePoint site. So that's a long name. And I'll just paste it. Channel folder inside Teams SharePoint site. I'll put it here. Channel folder Teams Okay, let's go ahead. So, oh, if I switch to yeah, I'm gonna go to this Sharepoint site, but not exactly here. Oh, I closed it. Okay, I'm gonna go back here to. Oh yeah. So we created a team. We created a channel. We saw that in the background how it is connected to the SharePoint site. So that's what we were talking about. I'm just gonna click here. Copy here, Teams, and paste here. Teams, okay, and also channels. So, channels are dedicated sections within a team to keep conversations organized by specific topics, projects, disciplines. Whatever works for your team, files that you share in a channel on the Files tab are stored in SharePoint. To learn more, read how SharePoint Online and OneDrive for Business interact with teams. Now we see that how they interact with teams. I'm going to show you about the OneDrive as well. And I'm going to right click this and open a new tab. Later we're going to visit that. So channels are places where conversations happen and where the work actually gets done. Channels can be open to all team members, or if you need a more select audience, they can be private. Standard channels are for conversations that everyone in the team can participate in, and private channels limit communication to a subset of people in team. Obviously, private channels are for specific people that nobody should be seeing their discussions and the files they have shared. Um, Also, channels are most valuable when extended with apps that include tabs, connectors, and bots that increase their value to the members of the team. To learn more about apps, bots, and connections in teams, so we're gonna talk about these as well. Now, it talks about the private channels as well that needs to be seen. So, how is the private channel different from the standard channel? Obviously, that's easy to understand, but how does it connect in the background to SharePoint? That's a bit different with private channel. So, first, I'll just copy this. And so we talked about channels. We created a channel. We checked its background communication with connection with the SharePoint site, but that was for the standard channel, right? A folder gets created in a Teams site, Teams SharePoint site. What about private channels? So let's create one private channel and check it out how it works. But so private channels. Private channels in Microsoft Teams create focused spaces for collaboration within your teams. Only the users on the team who are owners or members of the private channel can access the channel. Anyone, including guests, can be added as a member of a private channel as long as they are already members of the team. You might want to use a private channel if you want to limit collaboration to those who have a need to know, or if you want to facilitate communication between a group of people assigned to a specific project without having to create an additional team to manage. Obviously, it's for privacy. Okay. For example, a private channel is useful in these scenarios. A group of people in a team want a focused space to collaborate without having to create a separate team. A subset of people in a team want a private channel to discuss sensitive information such as budgets, resourcing, strategic positioning, and so on. So then there's a lock icon that's going to appear. A lock icon indicates a private channel. Only members of private channels can see and participate in private channels that they are added to. So a lock channel will appear like this, right? And the difference between a private channel in terms of SharePoint connection. So what's the difference then? By default, any team owner or team member can create private channel. Guests cannot create them. Okay, only team members can create that. The ability to create private channels can be managed at the team level and at the organization level. So anyone can just, within the team, can create a private channel. Use policies to control which users in your organization are allowed to create private channels. Once you've set the policies, team owners can turn off or turn on the ability for members to create private channels. So you can also allow the team members to create their own private channels, or you can disallow them as well with policies. The person who creates a private channel is the private channel owner, and only the private channel owner can directly add or remove people. Okay, we get the point. So team owners can see the names of all private channels in their team and can also delete any private channel in the team. So if you're a team owner, you can see all the private channels that were created inside. So a deleted private channel can be restored within 30 days after it's deleted, right? Team owners can see the files in a private channel or the conversations and member list of private channel unless they are members of that private channel. So that's another thing. Suppose you are a member, you're the owner of this team. You created that team or you were added as an owner of this team. But if there's a private channel within your team that you are not a member of, so even if you're an owner of a team, you cannot see what's going on inside that private channel if you're not specifically added to the private channel. So just being owner of the team doesn't mean that you can go there and see whatever you want in the private channel as well. So that's just ultra privacy there. And channel owners. Okay, now guys, let's try to create a private channel, and I need to show you how is it a bit different from Teams in terms of SharePoint connection. So if I go for private channel, okay, so if we go back to the team that we created, right? So there's that marketing department team, and now we're going to go to this 3 dots again, and now we're going to create the channel again, but this time we're going to create a private channel. So let's click add channel in the team that we created. Let's click the add channel. Once I click the add channel, now it could be, well, project 2, your first name, dash, and that is private. We can say private or sensitive or critical or important, whatever words you want to use there. So Control A, Control C, project 2, your first name, and private. And well, we just gave a name there just to keep in mind that we're creating a private channel. Although when the channel gets created, its lock sign will show that it's a private channel anyway, so you would recognize that. Okay, so you created a private channel named this, or about to create, and then let's click next, right? Adding the channel, and now you didn't see that standard channel was, when you created the standard channel, that it was asking for adding the members, because all the team members can see the standard channel, right? It's a private channel that needs to actually add members exclusively. So I'm gonna go for your first name, just okay, we didn't find any matches there. Okay, AM. So you know what, it's actually looking, or it's detecting the private email. So you can go for your private email that you put there back. So I'm going to go for IT guy, and this is the guest. But this means that as an owner, So I added the guest, but if I go for admin, what are you kidding me? Not even admin. Mistake. Seriously. Admin. Ooh, whoa, I deleted this one as well. I'll just add the contractor for now, and then we can add separately as well. Once channel is created, we can create that there as well. So contractor 1 guest, and I'm gonna click the add button. Anyone else is able to add any of the built-in users of Microsoft 365? Oh, you are able to. Dylan says yeah, I am. And hey, how come I am not? Like yeah, if you're able to add an inside user, like a user already created user, just go ahead and add that. Both, yeah. Okay, Khalid says I can't add 0, 1, and 2. Yeah, both. I can't add members. Wizard closes after creating channel. Oh. And it's a private channel, right, Khalid? If it's a private channel, and obviously it is a private channel, you must have selected. So yeah, keep guests, Dylan. So if it, if it was a standard channel, it would not ask for members. It only asks for members if it's a private channel, right? So you can just make sure that it's a private channel, then only you can add members. Standard channel doesn't ask for members. Okay, so I'm gonna click the add button here. I'll just check one more time, seriously.
Excuse me, what are we adding? Is it a 0, 1, or just any random number?
Any random number. Why it's not working for me? Okay, anyway, so no, Dylan is saying that I think I was not able to add the members before. Now I'm able to add. So well, I added only 0, 1, 0, 2, but I have 0, 3, 0, 4, 4, 0, 5 as well. But I can't see any of those as well. Anyway, if you are able to add a guest, that's good enough for now. And let's click the add button for the guest that you've added here. If you have added 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 5, that's good. I'm not able to add, so I can't do that. I'm gonna do it later. If you've added already, yeah, that's good. That's okay. Okay, so let's click the add button here, and once the channel gets created, I just want to show you the connection here. Well, once I click the add button, it just says this. Whatever, it just confirms whatever users you've added, right? Okay, anyway, so I'm just gonna simply click done now, right? Once you've added whatever users you've added, click done. I'm gonna click done now. Okay, so now you can see that there's a lock button here, and so there's a lock button here, right? So first of all, it's a private channel. Okay, we get that. Second thing is that you can, first of all, in the SharePoint side, did a folder get created when you created a private channel? So did a folder in the SharePoint side for the team, did a folder get created for this or not? We're going to confirm that first, right? So I'm going to go back to the SharePoint side for this team where the folders for the above 2 channels were created, but did a third folder got created there or not, right? So I'm going to switch to the SharePoint side in the background, and I'm there. I'm going to click refresh here in the side. Do you see that private channel folder created here? I don't. So this means obviously it's not going to get created here. So it's not here, we confirm that, right? Now, then where it is. So I'm going to switch back to the channel. Sorry, I'm just going to switch back to the team again. Let's go back to the Teams desktop app again. And the private channel is here. Its folder did not get created in the SharePoint side. So where it is? So, well, when we go and check, you can see there's a posts here, there's a files here, there's a plus. The plus normally lets you add more apps there. We're going to visit that later. So if you keep going to the right side, here are 3 dots. I think everyone's seeing for the private channel the 3 dots here, right? And once you click the 3 dots, these ones, then I'm sure you must all be seeing open in SharePoint. So the private channel is also connected to a background SharePoint site like the standard channels, but standard channels were created as a folder inside the Teams site. But then where is the private channel folder? Is it a folder or is it a site? So let's click this, open in SharePoint for the private channel. Let's click this, open in SharePoint in the private channel. And there you go. So for me, it's just opening in the... Okay, so what I want to show here is that when you open a site, when you create a private channel, it creates its own site collection. Okay, you may have opened it, it shows me an error, it would not show you an error. So how I'm gonna go back to this site. So whichever site you are on, right? Whichever site you're on, let's go to the SharePoint Admin Center now. Let's go to the SharePoint Admin Center where the active sites are, where everything else is there. So let's go to the SharePoint Admin Center, and that's where you can see sites, and then you can see active sites, right? I hope everyone's there. So sites and active sites. But I need to refresh this page, right? I'm going to refresh this page. Well, are you kidding me? Okay, reload. Seriously. Having problems connecting to the network. What? Is everyone having this issue, or is it just me? I think it's just me. Oh. Oi, internet band. Resuming. So yeah, internet was gone, guys, so that's why. Now I'm gonna refresh this, and once I refresh this, guys, any other new site got created here? Where's the final project for this course on Blackboard? Oh, there's a question from Paul. The final project. Yeah, I think it's okay. I will check it again. I thought I uploaded that, so if it's not, then I will just make it a bit smaller according to the time left. Okay, so okay, so guys, are you seeing any new site created here? I think my internet got disconnected, so communication site, I don't see any new site got created. So we created a site for the channel. Oh, sorry, we created a private channel for the team, and so you don't see project 2 dash your first name dash private opened as a site, right? And when I click that open in SharePoint, so it's just landing there on my regular one. And there was that URL that it was showing me just now. Marketing department private to share documents. Yeah, this one. So let me just grab this, and I'll go ahead and open it in Firefox. So it's asking me permissions. So now what you see here is this site opens when I see this. When I click the open in SharePoint, this site opens. Paul, the final project, if you're not seeing that, I will upload it again. If it's not there, I'll just upload it in the break, right? Okay, cool. Guys, so when you open in SharePoint, this page opens. So what I'm asking you is go ahead to the private channel and open it in SharePoint. If you've already opened, it's okay. Just go to that page. If you haven't opened, just click the open in SharePoint. So it looks like this page, right? So the documents shows project 2, but the site name is also the whole site name is this. I don't see a team site separately here. So let me just show you the actual team site name. That remember that when we create a team, a site got created. What is the name of that site? And when we create a private channel, this seems to be a totally different site. If I can explain you in a diagram, when you create a standard channel, and that was just a standard channel, right? So that's a project 1 is standard channel. This general is a standard channel. So I would just remove the word channel, and those guys are all standard channels, right? Standard channels. But what about private channel? So private channel is supposed to create a new site of its own. So it's see this, if the private channel is created, it creates a new site in the site collection, right? It creates a new site in the site collection. And why it is creating a new site, the channel, why the private channel is creating a new site when you already have a team site. So when you create a team, a SharePoint site gets created. When you create a standard channel, a folder gets created inside the team site. But when you create a private channel, it creates its own new site. It doesn't get added as a folder in the already created team site. It's part of, private channel is part of the same team, but it creates its own site. Why? Because the private channel's files need to be separately saved from the files of a standard channel, right? Private channel files in private channel need to be securely and separately saved away from the files of the standard channel. Standard channels anyone can access. Private channel, only private channel members should be able to access that, right? Only private channel members are supposed to be accessing that. So that's what's going on there with the team. But what we don't see there is where's the, okay, if it creates a new site, then where's the site, right? So this needs to be just understood for the private channel. that it creates it. Private channel files are supposed to be separate from the standard channel files because they're supposed to be secure, and standard channel members should not be able to see the files of the private channel, right? So it creates a separate SharePoint destination for itself. If I let me just copy this and okay. Now the thing is still that you can see here the path. This is our main SharePoint site, right? This is our SharePoint site. GB your first name 14 Jan 2021 .sharepoint.com. Then comes sites, right? This is the path. Then comes the marketing department team your first name project 2 and your first name private. This is the name of our channel, project 2 dash your first name dash private. So after the sites, it simply starts the name of the private channel here, and then the shared documents and forms and all types items. So this is a main site for the private channel that got created. If I want to go for the standard channel site, which I can simply switch to, yeah. So the standard channel site is this marketing, right? And the private channel site has been separately created, but it's not showing. If I refresh that again, so when I open this site, see this, if I open the team site, so team site and there's a URL, right? When I open that, so the path here is what I showed. This is for the team site. I'm showing the path now. The path here is first the main SharePoint site domain name, then comes the sites, and then the team site name starts. That's the same way the private channel site name also starts, right? So that's what I'm trying to just show here, that there's a separate site. I'm gonna click this SharePoint written here, right? I'm gonna click SharePoint written here on the SharePoint site because it shows then all the sites that are there, and yeah, I don't see that private channel site here as well. So it does create that, and it should show unless they are just hidden, which is so marketing department team. I'm just gonna go to that same site that I was before there, and if I go to the SharePoint Admin Center, I'm not able to find that. I don't think you're able to find that too, guys. Anyone able to see the private channel named site here in under the sites? Anyone able to see that? No, right? Permissions, manage group owners, manage additional admins. So okay. Anyway, the architecture we just need to understand. And if I go to the Firefox, yeah, it just shows this is the private team site. So what I want you to do is screenshot 5 is go to the private channel site. Go to the private channel site, which shows the full name of the private channel, right? The team name and the private channel name. Go to the private channel site, which shows the team name and the private channel name. And screenshot 5 would be private channel SharePoint site. Screenshot 5 would be private channel SharePoint site. Screenshot 5 private channel SharePoint site. Okay, so I'll just take that screenshot 5 now. So screenshot 5 would be private channel SharePoint site. Private channel SharePoint site. Screenshot 5, right? Okay, so
excuse me, sir.
Yep.
I created a private chat, but when I try to show it, it doesn't show like that. I don't know what I did wrong.
So Kingsley, if you can go to the private channel.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I created it on the team. It's showing there, but when I go to the SharePoint and go through the marketing department, it doesn't show up. But when I click, I don't see the way yours is showing. Did I?
So you have created a private channel that shows like this, the log sign.
Yes.
Okay, and when you go where I'm seeing that, and you open in SharePoint, so it does not show the private channel name here.
No, it doesn't show. No.
And you see the lock there, the lock, this one.
I see the lock. Yes, I see it there.
And there's no error, right?
No, it's not showing any error, but it doesn't show up.
The way it's showing me.
Yes.
Okay, that's first time I'm hearing this. Never happened before. So okay, you can take a screenshot of this screen.
Okay.
Okay, so Dylan says you can get the link from Teams app, then click the open in SharePoint option from the web version. Okay. For anyone having issues with incognito, right click the marketing team, get link. Oh, okay. So, Dylan, your messages are private. You have to select the everyone in the chat. I hope you're able to select that. So then everyone can see. There is no everyone for me. Oh, yeah, I think there's a new WebEx feature here. So you can put that in WhatsApp if you have access to that. So, okay guys, so SharePoint, so screenshot 5 was private channel SharePoint site. And let's go ahead with some other topic. So what we were trying to see till now is that you can have a standard channel. You can create a team. It creates a SharePoint site in the background. A standard channel, it creates a folder in the team SharePoint site. A private channel that creates its own separate site. So I'm seeing the private channel here, and I click the files here for the private channel. So obviously the files that you upload here will be all they will be saved in the the special site that is created for every private channel. So every private channel will have its own separate site, right? So I'll just copy the chat of what Dylan is saying in WhatsApp as well. So if anyone wants to do that, so good points there. Okay, so now we understand all these. If we go back to the general here, general, right? So there is posts and there's files, there's wiki, there's a plus here. So and add people, create more channels there. So this is within general. If I go to the project 1, this is also a standard channel. So all the things that are in general are in the standard channel as well, right? Okay, so what we can do is, there's a long list of topics about chats and chat bots and everything. So let's take a break and come back, and then we're going to continue with our topics, right? So we can come back at 8:10. So here, break. Starts 8:10. Zoom. All right, so I'll be uploading the project at the end of the class. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and continue what we were doing. So yeah, did I resume? I think so. Yeah. And really, what's this? Okay. All right. So we were talking about the Teams. I'm just going to go inside the Teams desktop app, and here, we've created a team standard channel and private channel, as well as the background SharePoint sites connected to the respective channels. So other than that, if you're in the standard channel here, so let's click the project 1 dash your first name, and you're in the standard channel, so all the team members will be in the standard channel, right? So if we click down here to new conversation, this one for the standard channel, so click on the standard channel and then click the new conversation. So let's click that, and then what you can do is start new conversation, type at to mention someone. If suppose I put at, so it normally gives those names which are or names of those guys who are members of the team. But I did synchronize 390 users there, but it's only showing 2 because I added only 2 users in the team. So that's why whatever number of users you add in the team will show there when you type the @ sign here, right? So @ sign is to simply direct the conversation to whom you want to talk to. Suppose within the standard channel there are 20 people here as members, so obviously you can go for @ and then select that user that you're talking to. Suppose I select the user here, so if I go back here and click the @ button, so let's select any one user, any random user, right? And then if that user is also logged in from his or her if that user is logged in from his or her team, will see this notification that somebody mentioned your name in the chat. So hello, and let's connect to the meeting, right? So you just go to @ and then choose the name, and then let's connect to the meeting. And so that user, whenever logs in, or if logs into the channel, to the Teams desktop app or mobile app already, would see that popping up in the activity or in the chats on the left side here. The other user will just know that somebody mentioned his or her name. So that's and then you can use, obviously, just like any typical chat uses, So any of those emojis or GIF or Giphies. So I'm just gonna click that. I did click enter, but that did not actually put that inside the channel. I have to click this button here to send, right? So let's click that button here after just typing somebody's name and entering there. Please type a message to continue. Oh, okay, I didn't. Oh yeah, I press enter, so now I have to type a message as well. I'll say okay, sure. And okay, yeah, that was actually going all there, was being sent. Well, right, so if I click anywhere here, so this is the message going to all. So that's just some common conversation related stuff that we're talking about. Now if we go for alt tab here, and I had opened apps, bots, and connectors in Microsoft Teams. So apps let you find content from your favorite services and share it in Teams. So obviously, just like you can add apps to SharePoint, you can add apps to Exchange Online or Azure Active Directory. So you can just add apps here in Teams as well, and they help you to do things such as pin services at the top of a channel, chat with bots, or share and assign tasks. To learn more about overview of apps in Teams, so you can add apps to your Teams deployment by using the apps provided with Teams. So obviously this is something very common, that you can add apps. It's a common feature. So if I switch back to the Teams desktop application, so within the standard channel, this one, so we can go to the plus sign. I hope everyone's seeing the plus sign here. So let's click within the standard within the team, and then standard channel. Let's click the plus sign. Once we click the plus sign here, so turn your favorite apps and files into tabs at the top of the channel. What they're saying is that you can just choose any app from there. Now that app related file should be there as well for the app to really appear there. So suppose you go for OneNote or Forms or Excel. So let's choose Excel here. I hope everyone's seeing the Excel app, or PowerPoint or SharePoint stream, whatever. So Excel, I'm clicking here. Let's click Excel, everyone. So once we click Excel, so it says there post to the channel, and there's a save button here. Tab name is Excel, and project 1. It just shows here post to the channel about this tab, which just means that you can just everyone should be able to get the notification that the Excel app is added. But it says here there are no files at this location. So this means that if you add an Excel file first and then you try to add the app here, then it will be able to be added. And if you want to add from here, it doesn't really let you do from here. So where do you want to add the app? I just click that arrow button here, which is just the whole team name here, and beside this there's an arrow button. We were actually at this point where I'm gonna click back that project. So once we click the project, so we're inside the this standard channel called project 1 dash your first name. If you click the above arrow, it just takes you more above to this team level, right? And you can just select any other project. Suppose you want to add this app to any other channel there. So I'm going to still select this project 1 dash channel, but what you can see is that we don't have any apps, so you won't be able to click the save button here. If you don't click the save, that app will not be added. So I'm just going to click the close button, right? Well, once more we can click the plus sign here. Once more we can click the plus sign, And this would be our screenshot 6. So Teams apps, screenshot 6, Teams apps. Let's take the screenshot 6, Teams apps. Okay, screenshot 6, Teams apps. And so if we go ahead, I'm going to go back to the desktop Teams apps. So I'm just going to close this, but we can add apps here if we have that app related file already uploaded there. Then you can add the app as well. So I'm just going to close this apps. This is pretty simple and straightforward stuff here. Other than that, if we go down to the conversation again, so once we click the new conversation again within the same standard channel, project 1. So once you click the conversation and you again put the @ sign, so you also see, other than the users that are part of the teams, you also see get bots. So these bots are AI, or artificial intelligence. So they have a database of questions and whatever the possible answers they could give according to whatever the purpose of the bot there is. So they will try to show you this. These bots are quite common in any of the sites there. Welcome to the site. Do you want to connect? Who do you want to connect to? And any kind of automated questions you can put there. So when you type the @ sign and get bots, so let's click the get bots option here. Let's click that get bots. So once you click the get bots here, so now add a bot to get and share info from an app. So what is a bot anyway? And you can see here tasks by planner, approvals, forms, outgoing webhook, adopt creative, and all the popular applications there. And there's attendance bot, so Azure boards, Azure repos, repositories, that is. So any type of bot that can give some initial information to you are there. Add bot, Bravo, Now, Box, and Botcast. Wow. Okay, if we go way up here, so there is a approval bot here, or there's a task for planner. So we can go for approvals here. Approvals, right? So I'm going to click that approvals, and so it moves up here, and it says here that send, receive, manage, and share approvals in Microsoft Teams, the hub for your approvals across all systems that you create, manage, and share. Get things done quickly with the ability to review and take action right in Microsoft Teams. To use this app, you need to have an F3 license or above. Contact your admin if you're unable to use the app. Bots. Chat with app to ask questions and find info. So you put some questions there, and it finds any related information about the wordings you've used in the chat in its database, small database, and then tries to answer. Did you mean this? Did you mean that? So personal app, keep track of important content and info, created by Microsoft. Okay, so this is by Microsoft itself, and it is supported in these languages as well. Well, if we keep scrolling down, so all these languages. That's, and then there are all the other apps that are still showing here. So anyway, we see that there's a bot approvals bot here. So we can just click the add button. Sometimes the app it's quite tricky to find where it is. I'm going to click the add button now. Go ahead and click the add button, and there you go. App not found. The app may not exist, or your organization may have disallowed you from using it. Seriously, wow. Okay, so let's go for something that we can work. So I'm just gonna go for add button again. I think it didn't work for anyone, right? I'll remove the add and then put the add sign again, and again let's go to get bots. There no everyone. Oh, okay, that was the last message. So I'm gonna click the bots again, right? And that was for Microsoft, but there are some other applications as well. If I go down construction file manager, connect. Oh, serious. Okay, guys, are you able to hear me? Jacob, are you able to hear me? Okay, it's choppy. Now, yes. Okay, better now. Okay. Not clear anymore. So, guys, are you able to hear me? We are talking about the bots. Are you able to hear me? The chat bots. Okay. So anyway, it's clear. Okay, got it. So, guys, now, well, I'm just gonna go to search, and maybe I could just put chat here. Guys, just put chat here, right? In the search, go ahead and put chat, right? And you can see chatty or CRM, customer relations manager, CRM, and ERP chatbot. Wow, we need that. And live chat. So there are many chats. So let's go for chatty here. You can just type directly chatty, or just put chat, and then I hope chatty.
Jody, please, I'm in school now. Go. I'm coming. Hello?
Yeah.
Excuse me, sorry. How did you get here? It was breaking up before. Sorry.
Yeah, see this? So go to the conversation and type at and click get bots. So let's now we don't have those chat apps. Oh, Hamid says we don't have chat apps, guys. So if you click the get bots, then if you type chat, so no one has it, right? Okay, so Hamid says I see different apps. I see live chat. Oh, you see only live chat, but you don't see this one. Okay, so it's different for some and different for others. Live chat, chat plus, and Avo Chato. Oh, that's different. Okay, I get that. Then, guys, so what I can do is those who do not have everyone has live chat. So Hamid, if you don't see any of the chat application, you can take a screenshot of my screen when I say, or you can just add another app. But when I say take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot of my screen. Or those who others who don't have this, I just want to show you how chatbots really work. So it's more towards understanding, but whenever if you create another subscription later, you would know then what to do once you understand the concept. So I'm going to click the live chat here instead of chatty. Okay, I have Avo Chato. Oh, do you have Avo Chato? Avo Chato. Serious. Why is it different for different people? Okay, I'll just put chat, and I don't see Avo Chato, but yes, the concept is same, right? So guys, whichever chat software you see there, just go for that, right? And I'm going to go for live chat here. And so live chat says chat with website visitors right from your team. Okay. So let's click the add button to check if we can add that. I'm going to click the add button for live chat. Go ahead and click the add button for whichever chat you chose. Oh, there you go. So on my right side, there's a send a card written here, and it says here in front of me, test your chat, getting started, and code snippet. So there's a test your chat written here, or if I click that test your chat, whoa, okay, Teams live chat previews. Obviously, it's a third-party site. It's you need to purchase a chat with customers right from Microsoft Teams. Try. Yeah, I was gonna say it is from third-party. Then I thought that, hey, is it not from Microsoft? No, it's not. It's from Social Intent, some third-party site, right? So I'll just close this website. So now what we can do is there's a reply button here at the end, right? And I click that reply button. So maybe majority of you are seeing that, or pretty much everyone is seeing that when you add a chat here, you can click, there's a small reply button here. So if I say hello here and press enter, does it reply? So it's so there's a live chat showing here as well, down when I say hello, up here. So a live chat is here as well, right? So I can just say hello, and now it says need some help. You can visit our knowledge base to learn more about our live chat integration with Microsoft Teams. I would say how to integrate. And well, maybe it needs to be integrated, and then it will start chatting, but it does go a certain length to answer your questions. Obviously it's not integrated with chat, so maybe it's not gonna go longer here. But just to give you an idea that once you purchase a license for any bot and integrate it with Teams, then it does some of the task automatically. For example, the approvals chat bot, the purpose was that you are about to do a task and you want approval from the boss. So you would go to the approvals chat and just type the name of your manager, and the message will go to the manager with an approval button there. So manager will simply click the approved, and if there were multiple managers, the chatbot will get approval from all the managers, and then you can just start doing your task, right? So it goes, it's pretty automated. Many of the applications, when you purchase a license, they're very good. So with this screen, and whichever chatbot you are looking at right now, whichever chatbot you added there, so that would be screenshot number 7, Teams chatbot. So screenshot 7, Teams chatbot, and some of them are, they do work for some length and very interesting, and whatever task you want to automate, so you can do that from chatbot. They're pretty good AI software. So screenshot number 7, Teams chatbots or chatbot. Screenshot 7, Teams chatbot.
Excuse me, I didn't get any reply.
But the chat app is there. If it is there, you can take a screenshot of that.
It didn't show, but it showed about at the corner like the way yours did at the beginning.
So you don't, in the Teams, do you see anywhere when you click the add chat app, if it shows anywhere here, then take a screenshot of that on your screen. If it doesn't show at all, so it should show, right? If it shows, take a screenshot. Screenshot 7 Teams chatbot. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the channel, and if we go back to the information here, use Microsoft provided apps, use third-party apps, use Teams templates, create custom apps if you want to go for that, apps deployment decisions. So it's all about deploying apps, but then we talked about bots for private chats and channels. Bots are automated programs that respond to queries or give updates and notifications about details users find interesting or want to stay informed about. Bots allow users to interact with cloud services such as task management, scheduling, and polling in Teams chat. So Teams supports bots in private chats and channels. Administrators can control whether the use of bots is allowed in a Microsoft 365 or Office 365. So there's that. Do I want to allow custom bots in my organization? So there's that. If you need it, then you can allow it. Obviously, that's a lot of artificial intelligence. Not a lot. Like it's automated. So a lot of some tasks that it would save you some 10-20 clicks there, and it would just do what you wanted to do, and would have taken some more time to do that. Other than that, it's a third party, so obviously you need to trust that company who's creating the artificial intelligence bots, chat bots. And obviously if the company is kind of unknown, or okay, it's a new startup, we don't know that what kind of code is working in the background, and then how is it working. So if just like we were trying to add approvals chatbot, which is made by Microsoft, so yes, we can trust that. But there are many third-party companies, so you just have to be careful which company's chatbot are you really purchasing, what its reputation is, somebody else used it or not. Just do your background check of that company to get their chatbots. Some don't do that kind of research, and others don't do that. So I'm going to copy this. And then there are tabs here. Other than tabs, so tabs, we also, when you add an app, so these are posts. This is tab. I mean, you can just add tabs here. Any app you add here, so its tab will be also added here. So suppose you don't have to do that, but I'll quickly try to grab a Excel file somewhere here to upload here. We were not able to upload that file, right? So or application, the Excel app, we were not able to upload, right? So I'm just going to try to upload some file here, then to add an app and show you that how does it look in the tab. So maybe I can find a Word, Excel, or any other file there. So I'll just add it, and then I'll add the corresponding app for that, right? So I'll just go for Okay, some resume, but it's MS Word file here. So now if I go to plus to add apps here, and I do see Word file here, right? So you don't have to do that. I'm just quickly showing you that. But if you are trying, yeah, it's okay. So when I click here, so remember last time when we clicked the Excel file, so it was saying there's no files. Now it does find a file for Word, so MS Word, and this means that you know, if I select this file, then there's a save button that also pops up here. So I'm going to click that save after a file related to that application is added. So you can see that the app is added in as a new tab has shown here, and the app is added now, right? So the file also opens, but the thing is that it's a new Word tab got added. So you can just add so many apps here, but you have to have one file at least already loaded there, so for it to find it and then get added as a tab. In production environment, suppose you have PDF file, or you have Visio file, this one Visio, right? So if you add that, it will directly ask you for a license, right? So you must have license for all that. Maybe you can have Enterprise 5 license with all the security and advanced configurations, the most expensive one as well. Or you may have E1, E3 licenses, or business licenses, or education licenses. So then you can add the app. It's not like you can just click and they get added and you start working. Obviously there's a license behind every app. Okay, so I'm going to close this, but then I have shown you that the app can be added as a tab here, right? So if we go ahead, and then it says here that there's a custom connectors. Connectors keep your team current by delivering content and updates from services you frequently use directly into a channel. With connectors, your team's users can receive updates from popular services such as Twitter, Trello, Wunderlist, GitHub, and Azure DevOps services in their Teams chats. So it's use custom connectors in Teams. So you can have chatbots, you can have app-related tabs, and then you can have custom connectors as well. So if we custom connectors are also in the channels. And if I click that, use custom connectors in channel. So connectors keep your team current by delivering frequently used content and service updates. So it's about content and service updates. That's the main thing to understand here. And add a connector to your channel. So it just shows here, so you have Teams here, and then you have Office 5 URL. So suppose this is, well, it is a channel there, and you can click the three dots here, and then there are connectors here. So you can select from a variety of available connectors and then click add. So these are all the types of connectors that it shows here. And then RSS feed just means that any kind of data that uploads there daily is actually sent here as well in the channel for you. And it shows up like that, as if somebody was chatting with you, but it's just data coming from through the connectors from those sites that you connected to, right? So how connectors work, this is that link here. Okay, so if we go back to the team, so let's go to the channel here, the standard channel. Let's click that standard channel and then click the three dots, right? Once you click the three dots here, So you see here connectors. So channel, 3 dots, connectors, right? So let's click that connectors, and once you click the connectors, so you should be seeing as per the diagram something when it loads. Okay, finally. All right, so connectors for project, your first name, channel in this team, and there is forms and Azure DevOps, RSS feeds for your group, and you just want to have any data coming from any of these sources or channels, then that's a very long list, right? Just keeps going. So that's and then there are so many categories here. It was by default selected on all, but you can have it in categories added here, right? So if we go for, suppose, RSS, get RSS feeds for your group. So there's RSS here, right? So hopefully everyone's seeing the RSS. But before we click the add button, let's take screenshot number 8, connectors for the channel. Screenshot 8, connectors. Well, it's actually custom connectors for the channel, but connectors is also okay. Connectors for the channel. Screenshot 8, connectors for the channel. Connectors for the channel, screenshot 8. Okay. Well, it's still uploading. What's going on? Man, my connection is really... Okay, so... Oh, really? Well, it's uploaded there on WhatsApp, and here I'll just click try again. And let's go back here. So RSS is there showing, right? So I can click that RSS and add. For RSS, let's click the add button. So whatever it allows us to do, and then it says that where do you want to go for those regular feeds or information that you want. So I click the RSS here, and then it says what source you want information from. So it doesn't have CNN, right? Okay, anyway. So well, this is overall RSS, and that is just giving you a feed or regular data entries are done, or data input is available, or if it's available on for those applications here. So if I go for OneNote OneNote, if I click that OneNote, after clicking RSS, I'm clicking OneNote. Content management and file, so note taking made easier for everyone. So through RSS, I went here, I came here, I reached here. and it's just showing OneNote here. Using OneNote, you agree to. So it's all about OneNote now. I'm just gonna click. There's a down arrow here. This one, and that says add to a team, then add to a chat, right? So what we can do is we can go to add to a chat. How did you get to OneNote? Didn't say. So I went to RSS. Okay, if I close that, oh, sorry. So I went to project, 3 dots, then I went to connectors, then I went to RSS. So I click the add button for RSS. Once we click the add button to RSS here, then I went to OneNote. So OneNote related information we are expecting in future. So whenever Microsoft is adding any information about OneNote, so it's going to be coming to our chat as well. So I'm just going to click the OneNote now, and then the down arrow, right? The down arrow. Once we click the down arrow, there's a add to a chat. Let's click the add to a chat. So type the name of a person or a chat. So it just says there, okay, I have just one person here. I think it's IT. Oh, okay, it's Amir, right? Search. Nothing. Person. So to gmail.com. I'm putting my name here. It's not really detecting anyone. So overall, wherever we are not able to go ahead, the main thing is to understand the purpose. If you want continuous feeds or data about something, some application, so that you can go for RSS feed or connect it to any other app, and you can transfer files there with those types of files, and get any information about that application. So overall, I'm not able to go ahead with that, so we can simply click the close button. Anyone else was able to detect any so suppose I go for admin, enter, nothing, right? No one, right? Okay. So what we can do is just simply cross it, right? Let's cross it. So the connectors, we talked about the connectors, the chat bots, the tabs here in the channel, and if we go to the channel level and the 3 dots here, so there are many options here as well. Pretty much you want to manage the channel, then you can do that. This screenshot number 9 would be with this screenshot 9, channel features, because you can get link to a channel, get email address, manage channel, connectors, delete this channel, pin this channel, hide this channel. So screenshot 9 would be channel features. Screenshot 9, channel features. Screenshot 9, channel features. Screenshot 9, channel features. And okay, so let me how come not getting it here? Seems your internet is acting up today. That's 8:57. Okay, well, we're really, guys, are you able to hear me? Can I hear you? Gone. Audio again. Gone again. Oh man, choppy voice. Are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me? Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Okay, so Keith says it's better now. Now yes. Okay. So guys, yeah, I think I need to call Bell after this, and you know, the service is so good that they respond after 1 day. So they do anything after 1 day. So it's not good, obviously. Alright guys, so are we here on the channel? Click the channel and click the 3 dots. Again, click the channel and click the 3 dots. Screenshot 9 is channel features. Screenshot 9 is channel features. So these are all the features here. Screenshot 9 is channel features. So screenshot 9 channel features. I'm just gonna take that screenshot. So screenshot 9 is channel features. Screenshot 9 channel features. Right? Screenshot 9 channel features. So guys, we're gonna continue in next class also. My internet might it's still slowing down. I can see it's disconnecting me again, and so you can go ahead and upload these screenshots. It's total 9 screenshots. Go ahead and upload that, and after some time you will see the project uploaded there as well, after 15-20 minutes. So go ahead and upload all the screenshots, and see you next week for week 14, and you will see the project in a few minutes or 15-20 minutes, right? So go ahead and upload your screenshots. All right, thank you, bye bye.